Good morning, good morning. Morning, folks. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat. Jason here. Hope you're all awesome and well. Hey, good evening to you, Kevin, all the way from Florida. Good to see you on this morning. Sonia, early birds over here. Morning for us, evening for you, Kevin. Great to have you all on this morning. Adjust my chair. I feel a bit low. Alison, how are we? Hey, wasn't around yesterday. My daughter graduated, so I was off to the graduation, which was kind of cool. 2 down, 1 to go on the home stretch, folks. With the children. Hope you're all awesome and well. While things are warming up, I'll do the quick intros and bits and pieces. Jason Whitmore's name. Most of you know that, and if you don't, let us know. Say hello as a newbie in the chat. Let us know where you're coming in from. Where are you joining us from on the live today? We've been Wealth Coffee chatting for a while now as a crew. You know, some people who are pretty keen and motivated and focused on creating some wealth with real estate. So welcome along. I've been property investing well over 20 years. 25 or something. I was doing the math the other day. Coaching property investors for 20 years as well. And along the way, done a few things that have worked, done a few things that have not worked. And paid attention. And each day, try and, share a little bit of that with you guys. David's coming just from up the road, Redland Bay. Hey, good spot there, David. Hope it's all going well up your neck of the woods. We're on the run, aren't we, to Christmas time, and hopefully you've got some plans in place. Gonna have some quiet ones for myself, I think. Hang around with the fam. But today I thought we might talk about a little something interesting. Some stats that I was looking at, some info, some data of recent times. Wrote myself a pretty interesting little headline today. My little headline. What number of person household grew by 300%? Yeah, I just realised I spelt buy wrong too. Anyway, there you go. Tell me. Oh, Lee's all the way from Tassie. Hey, Lee, good to see you. Tell me, what number person household do you think that grew the most in percentage over the pandemic, while the rest shrunk, folks? Shrunk, went down in percentages. Now, it wasn't a massive percent. 300% increase is me writing a dramatic headline. What number of household formation, the number of people who live in that household, which grew? What do you guys think? Oh, well, yeah, we might have a population boom, Alison. What do you think? That'd probably be useful for Australia. Our natural population growth has been declining for decades. Interesting. 3, number of people in a household. 3. Kelly says 1. Anyone else want to chuck a guess out there? Well, in the interest of time, we shall reveal the answer. And Kelly, you get the prize. It's one person's household grew by 3% total, which was a 300% growth according to my dramatic headline. But folks, that is pretty significant when it comes to the change in rental style. Now, what reason do you guys think that might have happened? Do any of you have some thoughts or pontifications on why some of those reasons or would have occurred? Well, let's chuck a few out there. Number one, for many people, they didn't want to share anymore. Okay, sharing concerns, they didn't want to share. They wanted to be in control of their circumstance, their area, especially if they had to work from home. Okay, work from home became a thing, and it was pretty important for people to be able to do that, keep their jobs economically, whatever it might be. Those things for many people became a little something. Less socializing, less friends. Yeah, I don't want to be around people, etc. Right? As we go along. What other reasons might have been in there? You know, for some people, might have been the idea that, you know, they wanted to be closer or maybe even further away. Location might have been a thing. Location. They didn't want to be locked down, let's say, in a location away from the infrastructure. You know, many people are only allowed to go 5 kilometres from where they lived or whatever that might be, especially Melbourne. So, you know, if they wanted to visit friends and family, they wanted to go to the gym, they wanted to get outside, they wanted to be near the river, the ocean, the things. So location played a part, right? Location played an important part of that. The location where they could, you know, work from, live in a very small circle. So, but the third one, you know, for me, could have been dollars, could have been price. Maybe it was cheaper to do that for the outcome. And certainly we saw in places like Melbourne, predominantly in Australia. What did we see? Tell me in the chat. What did we see the rental prices do for the first time in my whole entire investing career? In my first time in 25 years, this is the first time I've ever seen this. What happened to the average rents in Melbourne compared to the average prices in Melbourne over lockdown? Tell me, what happened there, folks? Put that in the chat for me. It's the first time I've ever seen this. So that's pretty interesting. Something new. There's always something new we can... the prices, the values doubled, Donna, but the rents actually went, folks. Average rents went down. The average rents went down. Rents dropped. Rents dropped, especially in Melbourne. Now, there was extenuating circumstances in Melbourne. The longest lockdown in the world, right? The longest lockdown in the world. You know, aggressive policies by the government, et cetera, et cetera. And if you ask a few Victorians, there'd probably be a fair few expletives going on. Rents went down, but the prices went up, and prices absolutely went ballistic and spastic. You guys know we've got some supply chain issues. We've got supply problems in our construction world. You know, there is literally not enough supply coming to the market, and we've been sharing that for quite a while. You know, the government's only clicking in right now. I've been talking about this for years. I've been seeing it coming. Maybe they should reach out and let me know if I can help. Maybe they wouldn't listen anyway. I wouldn't waste my breath. But let's have a look at what happened for, you know, by and large, or what is happening with the types of properties. Which ones are growing when it comes to houses? They're all growing when it comes to the rents. However, right now we're seeing the rents grow in houses, or the number of bedrooms in houses, you know, 4 and 5 bedroom houses. So we're seeing a little bit of a return, not necessarily a return, an increase in the acceleration, the percentage dollar value of growth of different types of rentals or rental bedrooms in the world. So that's pretty understandable. And the question is, you know, hey, this is what happened. You know, one bedders went up, while, you know, the quantity. Now this is the quantity of these other types of, or these other formations of households went down statistically. We've seen the rents in, this is of recent times, in September, rents of 4 and 5 bedroom houses, you know, being the most, but we're still, you wouldn't complain if it was 7 or 9%, would you? For your rental growth, would you? Would you complain if your rental growth was 7%? No, that would be amazing. Amazing. Normally, we look at rental growth over a year of between 3 and 5%. All right, so this is good rental growth as well, folks. If you have a look, that's year on year and then quarter on quarter. So, but again, tell me, yeah, the night shifts can be long, can't they, Jeff? Tell me, what do you think? Before I reveal in the unit apartment space, what number of bedrooms has had the most growth when it comes to the rental growth as well? Rental growth in the number of bedrooms on average across the nation. National growth. All right, chuck that in the chat. What do you think? Yeah, 7% double your money in 10 years, Jeff. It's crazy, crazy good growth. For many of us, we're going to see plenty of rental growth over the next 3 to 5 years, folks. Plenty of rental growth. It's going to be good. The cost of money is up. We know we have to increase our rental income to cover the cost of that money. That's just the way it's going to be. Jeff says 3 betters. Let's do the big reveal. Well, interestingly enough, check this out. 11% winner come in chicken dinner. Next up, three betters, Jeff. And this is the pretty interesting thing. Why do you guys think those two formations have grown the most? Have a think about this. Tell me. What about 1 betters and 3 betters? And, 8% is nothing to sneeze at, by the way, folks, is it? 8% is nothing to sneeze at when it comes to rental growth. But why would, these percentages, 11 and 10%, why are we seeing the marketplace grow a little bit better in those two ends of the market? Interestingly enough, this is quarter on quarter. 4% rental growth. That's pretty damn fine, folks, for the 1 betters in the last quarter. Okay? Because this is where we're going to see growth. When budgets get stretched, what do people do? Yeah. Because you can downgrade, you can downsize from a 2 to 1 and, save some money maybe, all right? They're harder to find, dead right. Sonia, this is 3 betters, and myself and Sam invest in good 3 betters. We like the 3 betters as well in some of our mix of our portfolio, The 3 bed is the most undersupplied piece of apartment real estate in the whole mix. I can't remember the percentage, but I think it was like 2% of the market. This is like 12%, and then the rest is made up by 2 betters. And, not all 2 betters are made the same, as you go. Yeah, exactly, Alison. Yep. But, you buy a large, high-quality 1 better, and you actually end up with quite a lot, quite a premium on the margin or the rental you can get as well. So this is really interesting. As investors, as property investors, we go, okay, well, what is the future? What does our future look like when it comes to our properties? And, will I get growth, capital growth? Will I get rental growth? Can I transform those properties into something better into the future? All good questions. The 3 betters, for sure. You can work from home. You could share with 2 people and have an office. They're a little bit more functional potentially. Very interesting. Very interesting to say the least as we go along. So for us, like Alison said, buying a much nicer 1 better, and I know the property Alison has purchased, in an amazing location with super high quality fittings, fit outs and fittings and whatever it might be, can be very beneficial, both in the location, the quality, and the income. Okay. So, right now, if we have a look at, let's look at the values of apartments when it comes to the difference or the rent. This is pretty interesting across the difference between September 21 and September 22. The change across all of the cities is pretty significant. Other than Canberra slowing down a little bit, they're all double digit, 10% plus growth in our rentals. And I think that'll be even I think we'll see 10% as well in the coming year. Hang on. Oh, crikey, sneezing. So, how's that affecting values? Well, what's going on with the values, folks? We've got some fantastic rental growth in apartments. Now, what do you think? Into the future, let's have a look at these two together, houses and apartments. The average rental pricing of the average of a house, when you look at location, rent growth to cover our costs, people affordability, I think that some of the growth coming from, let's say, the apartment space for rents are going to be accelerated because of affordability. A house rent being $800 or $900 going up another 20% for affordability is pretty hard. Where if your apartment rent is $500, $550, that going up 20% from a dollar point of view can work. So interesting times ahead, folks. But there's a premium right now. At the end of the day, absolutely it does, Sharon. We get rental growth, and that's a precursor often to value growth as well. And just talking of value, this is here's one I prepared earlier, Sharon. Have a look at the difference, the percentage difference in dollar, or over here now in July. This is the most recent one I could find. Have a look at the percentage difference in the world of apartments versus houses, which is pretty interesting as well. Not only, the other rents are attractive, the values are attractive as well. So what does that all mean to us? Well, if you are in your world of buying and purchasing, you're in your acquisition phase right now, team, well, you might have a certain budget, 600, 700, maybe 500. And with house prices growing, if you want to be located better near infrastructure and other things that you want, walkable neighborhoods, etc., third places and spaces, those sorts of things which are really important, Sam talks about all the time, maybe some apartments are going to be interesting to look at, a good choice, potentially, as you grow your portfolio. Potentially, you don't want to be further away from the city, the beach, the infrastructure. All right? So, that was pretty interesting, I thought, because many investors, put their nose up at a one-bedroom property and go, it's not for me. The right one in the right spot, can perform quite nicely. Anyway, there you go. Does it mean apartments are better than houses? No. Does it mean houses are better than townhouses? No. It's a mix of types of properties for whatever reason and what you're looking to achieve into the future. So, as you go. Yeah. Yeah, boom, Alison. A good quality one better can get you off and running. That is for sure. One thing to consider. All right, that's it, folks. Wealth Coffee Chat done and dusted. Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. Join me for another Wealth Coffee Chat. Andy Fenton and I are about to relaunch Wealth, Wine and Wisdom in the coming weeks. We'll let you know when that is. We'll be back at it Friday afternoons for a cheeky wine and a debrief of the week. But that's it from me, folks. You guys have a good Thursday. And remember, this thing's a marathon, not a sprint. You've got to buy well and do not sell. It's going to take some time. Be patient. Get yourself a good coach and go the distance. All right, folks. Take care. Bye for now. Join me tomorrow. Remember, same time, same bat channel.